Merry Christmas from Shirona and Jessica.
I said it in Sinhalese.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We've been having a good time here in Richmond, Virginia with my family. And in fact, we're here right now in my family's home. Anyone who knows my dad will know that he is an avid reader of all things health and Christianity. So therefore, behind us, you can see all of the many books he has, which are only a quarter of probably the amount of books he actually does have. So this is the den here, and Christmas is just around the corner. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit of a Christmas live video today. We've been having some fun in Richmond, Virginia, visiting friends and family, and we have a double feed here, so hold on a second. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit of a Christmas live video today. All right. So we've been going to the gym and trying to keep up our goals over the holidays. Now, I have to tell you, I was personally pretty scared, or at least nervous, that I was going to break my eating habits over the holidays and just kind of binge, and also just get too friendly with the couch and not end up going to the gym. But has that happened thus far, Shirona?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out that it's not showing.
I'm saying, like, have I gotten too comfy with the couch, and have we broken our eating habits over the holidays, or have we done pretty good?
I think we are doing a decent job considering, and Jessica has been on a crazy, freakish cleaning journey, and is going absolute nuts.
Yeah, I'm trying to help my parents do some spring cleaning over here in the winter. But it's great because it clears your mind, and as I do it, I'm clearing my mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the exercise has been clearing my mind. I was just telling Shirona the other day, I feel like we are clearing our minds for 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we are prepared for it. You know how, like, every year 2018 or the next year comes and you feel like you're not prepared. You know, you binge eat over the holidays and you don't exercise, you don't feel good, and you're like, I still have a lot of stuff to get done. I have organizing, I have work, and the house is a mess, and blah, blah, blah. And
Mm-hmm.
you just feel like the new year creeps up on you.
Mm-hmm.
This year, do you feel a difference in that?
No, it's about the same. So
For you?
Yeah, things don't change that much for me.
I feel like for me, it's a big difference. So this year, I have to say that this year has been a long journey. I mean, we talked last time about some of the things that I've been doing for exercise and for eating, and Shirona has helped me tremendously with that. In fact, I wouldn't have been able to do it without him, which is why we said last time the importance of having a partner help you out with your goals and your exercising and stuff like that, or just a friend. But this year, one of the things I didn't mention last time was that I've gotten to a great place in my physical health where I have energy. For instance, we went on a long trip, about a 10-hour trip, and I came back, and the next day I was cleaning really hard and getting stuff organized, and it's even surprising me how much energy that I've been having.
Mm-hmm.
So Shirona and I have been doing really good. That being said, I didn't mention last time that the whole year I have not been doing things perfectly. I wish I could say that I was like, yeah, I'm going to be disciplined, I'm going to avoid sugar, and I'm going to be at the gym, and I'm going to just make things happen this year. But there were times where I did sugar binging, and, you know, like, that's life. You know, you don't, some days you don't go to the gym or some weeks you don't go to the gym as often as you would like. So sleeping patterns have been on and off, especially towards the beginning, not so much towards the end of the year. So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster journey, and it hasn't been perfect. But the important thing is perhaps for the first time in my life, I have been consistent at something pretty much every week. You know, if I fall, I get back up and I keep doing it. And I think that has been the secret to me feeling this greater level of energy, life, and success and health. What are your thoughts, Shirona?
Well, first of all, I want to say we are drinking tea today. I'm drinking, I believe, Rooibos. So I don't know how to say it. Rooibos with dragon fruit and a stick of cinnamon in it. What are you drinking?
Oh, that sounds really interesting. I'm just drinking green tea.
She's plain and simple today.
Plain Jane, like my mama.
And I'm elegant.
Right.
See, even my Santa hat is unique and nice.
Right. Yeah. In the front there.
Yeah, yours is traditional.
Yeah. I got to carry the tradition, the class.
Class, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting back to it.
So we were at the sauna this week, and we met this guy, and he is, I would say he's in his 50s, would you say?
Who, the guy?
Yeah, the guy we met at the gym?
No, he said he's 65.
65, but looking pretty young, looking pretty good. We had a chat with this guy in the sauna because that's where all the interesting conversations always take place, is in the sauna. And this man heartily agreed with us on that. But he's had his own health journey that Shirona probably knows a little bit more about than I did, because I came in on the tail end. But one of the things that a couple things stuck out to us the most. And so I wanted to ask you, Shirona, what was one of the things he said that you thought was very interesting about his journey to health?
Well, one of the most important things that he said is most people, the first thing that they think about is some drastic action. And they ask him, like, how do I do it? Like, boom, like they jump onto it. So he himself says, like, yeah, you want to lift weights and you want to do those crazy things, but you're going to get yourself hurt. So what he says is, like, let's have a cup of tea or coffee and talk about what do you want to do and how can we do it safely. And he was talking to me about, like, it's not always like you go to the gym and like lift some heavy weight. It's not about that. It's to get that movement, so day in and out you can do those stuff, and then you actually feel good about it after you get done with it.
I think he even said skip the gym and go on a walk, just a simple walk.
Because, you know, like a lot of times what we want to do is like really drastic exercise. I mean, you have not exercised in your life, but you join the gym, you go every day. Sometimes people will go twice a day because they're like, I'm going to lose that, burn that fat and be fit and go crazy about it. But I don't think that's a very good idea. You got to start sustainable growth.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because we on our way here, we stopped at a gas station, and this very young Indian guy had a neck brace on. And so I'm very curious because he's a young guy. I'm figuring maybe he got in an accident or something. I'm very curious what happened. And Shirona was too. So he said, hey, what happened to your neck? And the guy said, I was weightlifting. And now he's got to wear a big old neck brace like he got in a car accident, you know? But it's serious stuff, you know? And if you haven't been active for a while, which was my case the beginning of this year, then you're setting yourself up for injury very easily. So getting back into the swing of things does not mean brute force, like you said, Shirona.
Yeah, this is not, you are not in the gym to prove anything to anybody except yourself. Just the movement is the most important thing. And then it doesn't have to be like, you know, hurt yourself because you went insane at the gym.
In fact, we talked with a woman today at church this morning. Her name was Tina, and she's had a pretty radical journey.
Her name was Tina, so she's not Tina anymore.
She is the new and improved Tina now.
Okay.
So new and improved Tina was telling us that I believe it was 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with, diabetes, basically. Like she was starting to get diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor wanted to put her on medication. And she said, hey, is it okay if I try something? She said, for 3 months, I would like to try just keeping it simple. Exercise every day, eating great food, and of course, avoiding the sugars. And just taking care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically, resting, and things like that. So the doctor said, sure, try it. And lo and behold, in those 3 months, she was able to make such a drastic difference in her sugar levels that the doctor said she didn't need medication. And she has not been on medication since, which I say, congratulations, that is a huge achievement for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, she's had a tremendous amount of discipline keeping away from the sugars.
Oh, yes. Go, Tina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, I said, like, how do you do this? Because I struggle. That's the one thing I struggle with is the sugar stuff. And so I said, how did you do this? And she said, once you get in that mindset of this is not something that you want for yourself and that this has bad consequences that you don't like, once you start getting that in your mind, it sort of spurs you on and it helps you to, not eat all those things that you don't want to eat, basically.
Mm-hmm. I was very proud of her.
Yeah.
And what I was telling her is it does not just impact her.
Right.
It impacts her family, people around her, and also her children. And they look at their mom doing this great program and it's influencing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's possibly
I think her son lost 40 pounds.
Yeah, her son lost 40 pounds. So it's going to affect her grandchildren. So the actions that you're doing today, being irresponsible or being selfish, in my opinion, is going to affect a lot of people. So think about it. If you are going through something, think about it like, who will it affect? It might not be just you. So be very careful.
And on the reverse side, if you are making positive changes, let that thought encourage you that this is not just you that you're affecting your children, your grandchildren, you're affecting your parents and perhaps your grandparents or your nieces, your nephews, your brothers, your sisters.
Yeah, sometimes it's not just the future, but people who are in the past, your grandma, your aunt, or your mom, or like your dad or uncle might have diabetes and might see the difference that you make and be making changes.
Yeah. One of the things I liked the most about what Tina said was when I asked her, Tina, are there any limits that, you thought were limits before, but since you've been on this journey of health, you've crossed those limits and found that those things really aren't limiting you? She said, yes. And I would say that that is the case with sleep. She said she thought she was just getting older and her sleeping was just starting to get bad because she's just getting older. And she thought this is something she was going to have to resign herself to. And what surprised herself was that as she exercised and, stayed a healthy distance away from sugar for the most part and just led a balanced, healthy life, she found that her sleeping patterns drastically improved. And so resigning herself to having sleeping problems because of her age is just a thing of the past, really. And she realizes that she has at least a lot more control over it, a lot more influence over her sleeping than she ever thought before.
Yeah, see, that's a good thing. Sometimes what you need to do, you can take a pill. With the pill, you might see the results immediately in 1 or 2 days, sometimes a couple of weeks. But when you do something lasting that's worthwhile, it may take 6 months. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. But it's well worth it because you are forming habits that are good for you, that's long lasting. That pill that you take, are you going to take that pill all your life? That diabetes medicine that all your life? I think that's really bad. I mean, like then you want to eat something more and then you take 2 diabetes pills, an injection, like hormone therapy, all kinds of crazy stuff. But sometimes the simpler solutions are easy, but it takes time for you to notice those differences.
I think the simple solutions are hard.
It's hard. It's every decision, every change that you do is hard. It's not easy. But the question that you have to ask is, I believe Tina covered this thing too. Am I worth for me to try this?
Right.
Because like your life, once your engine is gone, you're gone. You don't have much left to offer.
And I guess you're right in some respects, because, for instance, drinking more water every day is something extremely powerful that all of us can do. And that's not a big deal. It's not that hard. But it's like your mind wants to say, no, you need to try that latest supplement that everybody's talking about instead. Because you might be able to just boost your health with that, you know? It's like our mind is always looking for another way around instead of the way that's most direct. And sometimes, like you said, that way it takes a little longer to get there, but it's the most effective, long-lasting solution, I believe.
Yep, because what you don't understand sometimes is, like, you may have constipation because you're not I'm not talking about you. like people who are listening, you might think constipation is something that you have to deal with every day. It's not. And some people might think like, oh, I give up. I can't pick up something from the floor. I'm helpless. And I don't want to spend time with my children because my back hurts. My foot hurts. That's not part of life. That's not quality living. You know, my mentor, Jim Diss, used to say, I may die tomorrow, but I want to live today. I mean, really live to the fullest, right? And he's 77 years old. And initially, his health was not that great. He had to have bypass surgery and all kinds of stuff. Now he's 77 years old, lives in Las Vegas, and he cuts trees. He has that much of strength. And the man doesn't have diabetes. The man doesn't have heart conditions and none of that stuff. He's healthy. He can pick up stuff from the floor. He can drive if he wants to. He can live a full life.
Do you think that bypass surgery helped to kickstart some healthy living for him?
I don't know. I mean, like...
Or has he always been like that?
I don't know. I think he grew up in a farm, so he had to make some dietary changes. And I don't know how it started, but what I was focusing on is like he could have given up, saying, bypass surgery, this is part of life. Being unhealthy is part of life. I don't know what triggered. At some point, something triggered for him to be healthy. And I know one of the things that he does is like when they go to a restaurant, he and his wife, they always they share a meal. They never eat the whole thing. That's one of the changes that he does. And he drinks water and he keeps an active lifestyle because Jim says, like, you know, it's not good for you to be like sleep till the sun comes up and like, you know, that kind of stuff. So he's active and he walks around, you know, he meets his friends. So it's a quality lifestyle at 77 years old. And yeah, and then he drinks water and like he eats a decent amount of food. And he also says like it's very important that we are honest with ourselves. And express what we have to express and not to have emotional garbage throughout the day.
Yeah, and he does that very well because he will be very blunt about what he wants. No, that's the thing Tina and I were talking about today, because I said, Tina, I haven't really talked about this with anybody, but I was kind of curious what you thought from your journey of, you know, getting out there every day. And because she doesn't go to the gym, but she takes a walk every single day, clears her mind and her spirit and just her physical body as well. And I said, you know, since I've been doing this every day, after about, I'd say, 6 months of really, keeping at it with exercising, I've noticed that every single time I go to exercise, either during or after the exercise, I feel like I want to cry. And I've been thinking for the past couple weeks, I wonder if it's just that this is the body's way of cleansing itself of emotional toxins and stress that we keep stored inside.
Yeah.
And Tina said, yeah, I completely agree with that. And she said she's had the exact same experience. Sometimes when even just taking walks, she'll feel kind of weepy and stuff inside as she's walking. But she believes that it's cleansing and releasing.
Because a lot of the times these emotions are signals, but we keep them hiding. We are like, I don't need to cry, I don't need to laugh, I have to control myself. That's a terrible pain in your body, because if we were not supposed to have those things, we would not have those things. So I think that expression is very important, like, how Jim and Tina were saying. Because like if you hold it, like what are you gonna do? Like take that to your grave?
Yeah.
Because like you're gonna live so unhappily and you don't even know why you're unhappy.
Or die unhappily.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See, we have a lot of fun here. That's also part of health.
And I want to emphasize something that's very significant. When Jessica travels, even if she drives from Fort Wayne to Columbus, like Chicago, she needs a full day of rest.
Yes, I do.
It doesn't have to be like going to Sri Lanka or Korea or something like that. Even a short distance, she needs a day of rest. But this time around, she drove, and we drove through the night. We arrived at like 1:30, something like that in the morning. Next day, she's on a cleaning journey. She's like, I need to clean this room, I need to get this dust out. And she had like an 8-9 hour mega cleaning job. I got tired just looking at it.
It was not just cleaning. It was cleaning with a toothbrush between crevices cleaning. I mean, real spring cleaning type stuff. And honestly, I was surprised even at myself. This year has been so hopeful for me. It's just been so exciting to see what can be done. I mean, I used to exercise before sporadically. Maybe I'd do it for a couple months at a time, and I would go 3 times a week. And then, of course, the only other times I really exercised was when I was in high school, and I would, do volleyball. So during volleyball season, I'd be pretty active. And then before that, it was when I was a kid, of course I was active. I'd play basketball in the streets, or I'd go outside and play. But other than that, most of my adult life has been sitting and studying for college or for high school or whatever. And then work, a lot of times, is sitting too on the computer and so forth. So I had a very sedentary life, and it all started, I had no idea it was actually going to just crash around the year of 33 and 34. I had no idea it was going to happen.
Hey, Nicole Phillips, we are looking forward to you joining us tonight. Get here, hurry up.
Yeah. Nicole is on the road coming to see us, and we see that she just popped in.
Yeah. So the important thing is like the differences that you feel, and it's measurable. It's not just like oh yeah, my muscles are showing. And people who knows Jessica knows that she's very skinny and she looks very healthy, but on the appearance she doesn't feel that way. When she started exercising, people might say like, oh, you're skinny and this is easy for you. It's not. When she first started exercising, for her to lift like 10 pounds, she's like, do I have to do it? This is so hard. Only hardcore people do that. I don't want to do it. I want to play volleyball. I want to swim. That's all I want to do. So kind of had to trick her into getting to the gym, saying like, see, there's a whirlpool, there is a swimming pool, there's a hot room. See, you like it?
See, everybody has stuff that works for them. And somebody asked me recently what it was that helped you. Like, what exercises do you like to do? Because I need something I like. And I told her, I said, I don't have one exercise that I do
Mm-hmm.
because I get bored with one exercise. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if it's the best exercise ever, I'm going to get bored.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy takes me to the gym and keeps a regimen, like a different regimen every single day. So if you're the kind of person that gets bored really easily, having something to do every single day that's different than before, keeping each of your days different is a wonderful plan. And the YMCA actually helps us to do that tremendously because they have a pool, they have, resistance, they have weight training, and
they even have volleyball.
they have all kinds of classes and everything.
Wednesdays I go and play soccer, right? So there's so much variety. So the exercising is not about like what might work for me might not work for Jessica.
Right.
What works for Jessica might not work for someone else. What's more important is the movement, the movement that you make.
Just move.
Yeah. Everybody, I learned this from Jason Minnick. Thank you, Jason. He said, like, everybody can do something. Even if you're like having an injury that you can't run, you might be able to lift something with your arms, right? Everybody can do something. Like even when I was having a lot of difficulties with my elbow area, this was all, I think it was this one, gone. Playing badminton, I had a really hardcore injury, but I was able to do a lot of stuff even with that. So everybody can do something, and that's something that's significant to you might not be significant for somebody else. But the most important thing is like the changes that you see in your life with those like movements. Move a little bit, move a little bit. Eventually, you'll get there. There's no hurry. You're not trying to like impress anybody at all.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Tina kept emphasizing to us over and over was she said for her the changes that she made were not changes that she's going to make, just for a year or just for 2 years or something like that. She made it a mindset, and she kept saying to us over and over, right? She's like, it's all about mindset. It's about mindset. And so she said, when you get to that place where you want something better for yourself, and she said for her, cutting back on the sugar and stuff like that, that's not just something she's doing to get her sugar levels back on par. That's something she's doing to change her life. She wants to live a healthy life where she actually feels good with what she eats. And she told us that it took her a good 2 years of really drawing back on sugar and carbs before she felt really started feeling good. And so for some people, it's going to take longer than for others. For me, it took me about, I would say, 6 months before I really, really started feeling good. 6-7 months, which is not long. Some people,
it might take 3 years.
It might take a couple years if you're very toxic or, you have a lot of bad habits to break or something like that. So for everyone, it's different. But when you get into the mindset of, I'm in it for the long haul, then you're there. And it becomes less of, let me hurry up and get this done and get through this, and more of, I'm just going to do a little every day. Like you say all the time, Shirona, nano steps.
Nano transformation.
Small steps to transform your life. Exactly.
Okay, so I think people are busy today, or they're relaxing. Some of you guys are scrambling to get the Christmas presents before.
Oh no, I hope people aren't scrambling today.
Yeah, I was that
that's
person.
rough, man.
I was that person. But this time I was done like 30 days ago or something. And some of you guys have a lot of things to do today. So we're not going to keep you very long.
Yep.
But in the new year, we are coming up with some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to come up with, I just want to let you know, we're going to come up with Tamara Ashleman.
Yes.
And then my buddy, Fidelis. He's a muscle man, a good guy. So a lot of good things are coming up in the new year. We might even do something at the Y with the help of Miss, what's her name?
Tabitha.
Tabitha, right? So a lot of exciting things are coming up
Also,
in the year.
I also want to say next year we're working on developing some programs, which I'll be working on too,
Mhm.
on how to just help people transform their lives and accomplish their goals easily.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking and working through an easy plan for
Simple
that.
and easy.
Yeah.
Simple and easy. It's either going to be simple and easy, or it's going to be simple and easy both.
And I tend to make everything complex, which is
Mhm.
why Clear the Noise is the mantra of my life.
Mhm.
So I'm going to actually take some time on this
Mhm.
and probably consult with some people too. I'm going to build a portfolio of
Mhm.
things that have worked for people and try the program out. Then once all that happens, then we're going to launch it, and hopefully you all will be benefited by it, and you'll be able to set yourself on the road to everything that makes your life feel like it's worth living.
Mhm. So today, enjoy your life. It's the festive season.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your light shows, whatever that makes you. Even if you
Tacky
have to
light
eat,
shows.
do it. For someone, some tacky for somebody might be their life thing, So do what's best for you and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the new year is coming, right? Make this a lasting change,
Yes.
not just like a feel good move for January, right? So be prepared and get people involved in your journey, because it's so much easier to do with other people.
Yeah, just call up a friend.
Call for a
Yeah.
friend. Say like, I want to get healthy. Do you want to get healthy too? You want to partner it, and let's get this thing rolling. Don't wait till January 1st. Start tomorrow or day after, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to wait that long, because this is not like there's no such date like January 1st or January 12th or something like that, some auspicious time. Start now and make a small change. I mean, today, drink a lot of water, because you're going to be eating candy, right? So drink a lot of water. That might reduce your need for the sugar. I don't know how your body works,
Here again, the water is movement too. It's movement throughout your body. So just getting things moving. Water, exercise, the emotions, get it all moving this year.
Yeah, get it all moving, and be thankful for yourself before you thank everybody else. Thank yourself for the great achievements that you have done, even though it's small. Be thankful for yourself. Say like, hey man, you're awesome. Hey girl, you're awesome. You did it.
I'm awesome.
I'm super awesome.
Yeah, especially with your hat like that.
Yeah, mega awesome.
Yep.
See,
Unique.
if you rub my belly, you get results for good luck. So on the screen, rub my belly.
See, Jessica came in just in time to see you rubbing your belly.
Rubbing my belly.
And seeing me rub your belly. She's probably wondering what was going on this live video.
For good luck, that's the symbol, right? And hope you all have a wonderful festive season.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Enjoy
Christmas,
yourselves. Just
Happy
have fun.
Hanukkah, or whatever the reason, enjoy.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy my Christmas. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
We'll see you guys next Sunday at 2 p.m.